What's going on, everyone? So, I want to talk about this matchup against the Denver Nuggets. This is probably the biggest game of the season, right? Primarily because it's Denver, right? We're in Denver. Denver has just dominated us, right? Like, that's the one team we just don't want to see, right? Even in the last playoffs, look, I still stand by. I wanted the smoke, right? Even this playoffs, right? If we got to play them, we got to play them. You got to beat the best to be the best, right? If we can avoid them, I'd love it, right? But if you can't, all roads are probably going to go through Denver again, right? You want to get there, you're probably going to have to go through Denver. Denver is just on an absolute tear. They're on a 9-game win streak. Everything is set up for the Lakers to just get ran through and demolished, if we're being honest. Denver is playing some of the best basketball in the league right now. 9-game win streak. They're at home. We have looked very sloppy and very bad recently. Defensively has not been as good as it has been in the past. Denver has completely owned us. Jokic has not looked like, Luka has not looked like Luka for these last few games. And you have no interior presence to slow down Jokic, right? Like, the table is set for this to be an absolute blowout, and we lose by 30. However, right, Mr. Optimism, I like our chances. I'm not going to lie, I would like them better if Luka was looking like prime Luka. Like, if we had Luka looking like, Dallas Luka right now, I would be incredibly confident. Like, I'd probably be like, oh, we're going to win this game, like, without a doubt. But I do have some doubts, obviously. But here's the thing. And it's why I said that they would beat Boston. It's why, I talked about the Knicks and all these other teams when most people, the consensus was, hey, we're about to lose. We're about to get ran through. We're about to get blown out. And I kept saying in all those matchups, don't be surprised if the Lakers win. I'm going to say the same thing in this matchup. Don't be surprised if the Lakers win. Would I bet on the Lakers winning? No. Right? Like, save your money. But Lakers love to show up and play to their competition. Right? Like, you watch them play teams like Portland or a Utah or whatever, right? It is incredibly frustrating. Usually those games are very tight, and all season we've just been like, can we just get a comfortable win against some of these teams? We've done a good job beating these teams. I know recently we haven't. The Utah game is the game that I'm okay with. I justify it, right? They were thinking about tomorrow rather than focusing on today. Not really worried about the Utah game. It's the Charlotte game that to me was inexcusable, right? Like, that was a game you had to win. You should have won. You're right there. But can't change it, right? You bounce back. You handle business against Portland. This game is very important and very significant. I don't think it is the end of the world. Like, I think the Lakers winning is more impactful than them losing, right? Because I think them winning gives them that confidence boost, gives them that, like, hey, we can do it, especially if Luka plays good. We need Luka to play good, right? But if Luka was ever going to play good, it's against Denver. He loves to play Denver. His, best buddy is Jokic, right? So he loves the matchup against Jokic. If he was ever going to, kind of turn it around offensively, it would be against Dallas. But my point is that, if Luka has a great game and the Lakers win, I think that changes and shifts all the conversation, all the media conversation, everything, right? I think it's going to be overblown. It's probably the better way to put it. It's going to be overblown if the Lakers win, right? I'm probably going to overblow it too, right? For being honest, right? I'm probably going to be talking a lot of mess in the post-game stream if we win. If we lose, I will justify it. I'm letting you know now, okay? But point is, I think if the Lakers win, it's going to get overblown, right? Rather than, looking at it as, hey, it was a regular season game, right? Great game by the Lakers. What do they do in the playoffs type thing, right? I think it'll be, oh my, this is why you have Luka. This is why Luka is this and that. And right, this is why this isn't the same team. Right? You're going to get all that narrative and all that conversation. You're going to hear it from me too. Okay? So again, I'll let you know right now. But if they lose, I don't think the narrative is going to be overblown. Right? They're going to still talk man, Lakers still having those struggles. But I think it's going, there's going to be a lot of justification about it. They don't have a center, right? Denver's playing really good. Luka is not Luka right now. Wait till he gets to be Luka and all that stuff. Again, I'm going to have the same excuses and things as well. So I think that the gravity of the loss won't be as big as the gravity of the win. But that's good for the Lakers, right? The Lakers need that confidence. You haven't beaten this team in literally, you got one win in the last, 15, 20, it's something crazy. They just owned us the last 3 seasons, right? If we're being honest, right? So I really want to see the Lakers go out, play with some confidence. Luka, if he can kind of get into his rhythm, I really do think it might change this momentum, change the vibe in the locker room of man, maybe we can beat them, right? I do think, however, if the Lakers win and Luka isn't good, I'm not saying great, I'm not saying he has to go out and get a 40 piece or a 50 piece, right? But a Luka game where it's okay, Luka's looking good. If Luka's 14 points again on 5 of 14 shooting or something like that, I don't think the gravity of the win will be as big, right? There is the potential that it may even be bigger because, you can make the argument man, Lakers beat them and Luka wasn't even great, right? But I think people will look at it as oh, should we be concerned with Luka, right? They won in spite, but, it was just I think people will try to justify it as oh, it was just a season matchup, right? Because if Luka's great, that's the variable, right? That's the difference between Luka and AD. It's this is why they got Luka. That conversation. Where, again, if Luka's not great, there's going to be the justifications. There's going to be the, all of those things, right? Where if the Lakers still win, which I don't know if the Lakers do beat them without Luka being great, right? Unless Austin Reeves and LeBron just have a stellar game, or somebody else Dorian Finney-Smith knocks down 5 threes or something like that, right? So I do think that there are different potential outcomes to how this goes. At the end of the day, the Lakers need to win this game, right? You got to. Lakers love, again, to play up to their competition. Denver's the one kind of caveat, right? They're the one outlier for the Lakers. Right? We beat Boston last year. We beat Boston this year. All the good teams in the league, Lakers have beaten. Right? The last few years, they've had no problems. They've blown out some of the good teams. Right? So, the Lakers playing these good teams has not been the issue for the Lakers. It's just Denver. For whatever reason, the Lakers just... Jamal Murray plays like he is prime Michael Jordan. Michael Porter Jr. plays like he's prime Klay Thompson. And then Jokic is the best player in the league. Right? So... It becomes this problem for the Lakers. For whatever reason, the Lakers just cannot beat Denver. Regular season, playoffs, you name it. They just can't do it. So I do think the Lakers need this win for that change, for just the confidence boost, just to kind of shift the narrative. And I think it'd be very valuable for the Lakers to pull out this win. But they do love to match the competition. So I do think if the Lakers win this game, I do think that it will have a significant impact either way for this team. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers win. If they lose, I think it'll be close. Right? I don't think Denver's going to blow them out. Could be wrong. Right? Denver's blowing everyone out right now, so it's very possible. But I think Reeves, LeBron in particular, I think LeBron is going to go. I wouldn't be shocked if LeBron drops another 40 piece. Unless Luka is just cooking, I think LeBron will let Luka cook, right? Because I think LeBron knows, hey, I need Luka to get going. I need Luka to do his thing, right? So if Luka is just torching Denver, I think LeBron probably goes and gets, 20, 25, something like that. I think if he can defer to Luka and Reeves, he'll defer to Luka and Reeves. But if Luka's, let's say good, not great, I think you see a match. I think LeBron is going to want to win this game. I wouldn't be shocked if LeBron kind of sets the tone pretty early. I wouldn't be surprised if he has 15, 20 at halftime, right? Because I think he knows how important this game is for just, again, the narrative, the conversation, the media, the this, the that, right? Where If they lose, it's going to be like, has anything changed? Is Luka this and is Luka that? And they don't have a center, and this is why you need a center, right? Like, you're going to have all the conversation and narrative in a negative aspect, more so than it already has been recently. But I think from like the Lakers stands and the media stands of the Lakers, they'll all talk and defend like, hey, Luka just got better. They'll have the built-in excuses, but the overall conversation will probably be negative. Where if they win, depending on how they win, I think it gets greatly overblown. If they win and like, I mean, if they just like blow them out, then I think it gets huge. I don't think that happens though, right? Like Denver's one of those teams, they just don't really get blown out, right? So I think it really boils down to the Lakers they have to get this win, right? That's what it is. I think this is probably one of the biggest games of the season. I don't think it's so big that, like, it's like, oh, that's it, season's over, we're done, pack it up, we're not winning a championship. Like, I don't want people to overblow it either way. Again, like I said, if the Lakers win, I'm going to talk my talk. Don't get me wrong. But I do think we need to understand it's a, random Saturday game, right? Like, either way, win or lose, right? It doesn't affect the playoffs, right? Like, the idea is that Luka and LeBron and everyone figure it out by the playoffs. And you're probably not playing Denver until the conference finals if you play them. So it's just things to keep in mind. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle? However you feel. Whatever your thoughts are. I'd love to hear it either way. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos and I truly appreciate it. Now subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.